Robert Costa, we really haven't put any of this behind us as a country, I don't think. I mean, you look at polling and it consistently shows that a strong majorities of Republicans believe the election was stolen from Donald Trump. There is a fair amount of support within the party's base for the insurrectionists to attack the Capitol on January 6th. As you look at elections going forward, again, with these sorts of premises so embedded in a large number, a big swath of the country, how concerned are you about the integrity, the trust in our electoral system? Are we going to see versions of this playing out elsewhere?
It's already playing out in many states, but there's a culture inside of the Republican Party that we capture in this book that really made me as a reporter sit up on the edge of my seat. You see, after the election, President Trump seemed to acknowledge privately that he had probably lost to Joe Biden. He says to Kellyanne Conway and others, based on our reporting, I can't believe I got defeated by this guy. But he feels compelled to move forward. People like Rudy Giuliani, but so many other supporters are then calling him in the days after the November election and saying, you have to fight. You have to fight. And Hope Hicks, one of his longtime advisors, in one scene, pulls the president aside in the Oval and says, you don't have to do this. You can wrap this up. You can be king of the GOP down at Mar-a-Lago. And he looks at Hicks, who was with him all the time in 2016 and in the White House, and he says, I don't care about my legacy. I don't care about anything. My people want me to fight. I need to fight. And so it's not just about the pervasive claims of election fraud. There's a culture, as I said, based on our reporting, of a Republican Party and people within it, led by President Trump, who just refuse to concede any sort of defeat. They want power. They want it back. And Brad Parscale, his former campaign manager, says privately in the end of our book to some others that if President Trump runs again, this is about vengeance. He wants back in and he wants revenge.
So, Bob Woodward, Bob Costa, what do you guys think? Do you think Trump's going to run again?
Well, our reporting shows clearly that he plans to at this point, and there have been some public examples of this where he'll tell supporters, "Oh, well, I haven't decided yet, but you're going to really love my decision." Uh, it's pretty clear that is the intent. But what's important here, if you can ever get to 100,000 feet and look down on it, the pivot point here for Trump is his claim that the election was stolen from him. And we have in the book, and there's been some additional reporting on this, and I think it's very important that Lindsey Graham, kind of in many ways, one of Trump's key supporters, Senator Mike Lee of Utah, very conservative, very pro-Trump, they got memos and documents from the White House saying, look, we have all this evidence that the election was stolen. So Graham and Lee, in a very dutiful way, which we lay out in the book, investigated. It wasn't just kind of, oh, we'll accept this or we'll reject it. And they found absolutely zero evidence that the election was stolen. All of these claims that Giuliani made and a White House lawyer named John Eastman evaporate under scrutiny. Now, this, Karen, you understand this so well. The political question is, if Trump's going to run again, what's the rationale for the candidacy? And traditionally, the rationale for a candidacy is what I will do for you, the voter, or the people in my party, or the independents, or the other. And Trump's rationale at this moment is the election was stolen. And so I'm going to run again and I should get it again. Now, what's so interesting, just yesterday, Trump said that Senator Lee and Senator Graham should be ashamed of themselves taking the position that the election was not stolen. Our reporting shows that Senator Graham, Senator Lee, again, this is not Nancy Pelosi or Chuck Schumer. These are his allies. Looked in detail at the evidence, and it's not there. The election was not stolen. And this is key to understanding what's going on now. And we close the book with this notion that the peril continues because Trump will not let go of this idea of the stolen election. And it'd be very interesting if people just look at the facts as we tried to do. This is not a partisan examination at all. Absolutely key to understand Trump's supporters don't, emotionally buy into it. But if you look at Senators Graham and Lee, they're just saying no, it's not there. That I think is significant.